I'm
The one was used that's make sure y'all hit that like, that share, and that subscribe, you understand?
Right.
Look, a lot going on in the earth, but before we get rolling, let's open the monologue. This is the ISUPK. We are under the manager in honor. Teaching the truth since 1969. Man, truth is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are in fact the true the truth of the Bible.
That's right.
That our precedent, the government, the Bible speaks of. So, I'm one of your hosts, Cats. Probably along with
The thumb should call.
we every Monday we bring out the news. It could be local, it could be national, it could be international. We got a lot of support.
Important because a lot of our brothers and sisters don't really listen to the news. They don't know what's going on in the earth. And I understand that things that go on, even some of these things abroad, affects us right here in America. Definitely what's going on today internationally is definitely affecting us. And it's going to affect us in the long run. So
Absolutely. So you can what's going on in Minnesota been buried a whole lot of stories. Why? Because of one of the young got put down with that. Which is please left. I just chuckled. That was a mistake, but it's what's comical about it is black people been saying it. Black people said that this when Fidel, what was his name? Fidel Castro, he got shot in Minnesota. No. What's his name? Gotta get him Florida. No, not George Floyd. Shooting in Minnesota. The brother in the car.
Oh, yeah, he got shot. He shot him, tried to say he had a knife, but he did not. He paralyzed him from the waist down. Listen, this is another reason why it's important for us to come together, Blacks and Hispanics. You understand? This is the reason why we need to support each other. Because we get no support from any other people in America. You understand? Let alone in these other nations that we are captive. And it's the reason why we need to come together. We get no support. I got shot in the back and tried to point the knife on at that same time. That was too easy.
I said his name wrong. And
Orlando Steve.
that's Steve.
Yeah. Oh,
He got shot in the car. Mind you this. Shot by law enforcement. No national outrage for him. From my counterpart. They got the Minnesota sports team rule. They had a moment of silence. Talking about $1 billion organization. Shirley Temple. They had a moment of silence. Brother, everybody forgot about him. Not the UPK. And
the thing is, though, look, I said the wrong name, but we have so many brothers over
it's
the years that have been alive. We don't get the names mixed up, but sometimes
it's become blurred.
They become, yeah, exactly, they become blurred. That's not calling out names of other brothers. You understand? And we not forgetting about any other brother. You understand? Just like, but you know that did happen in Indiana. No, that was Wisconsin.
Close enough. Close enough. They outraged, but we'll get into that story. But another headline that got swept under the Venezuela bombing and in Minnesota, but I think it's violently bringing up. I'm gonna send this to you. Shout out to everybody online, clap it up. Make sure y'all hit that like. We got producer in the building, Corolla come. I'm gonna send the headline to the chat. I'll bear with 1 second.
Yeah, while we getting that barbecue right, I want to touch on the elderly that got hit. North Pennsylvania, hit my brother. Send out those out to the brother's family. And although it was on our own that did it, right, we have
Say something up with the audio.
that my brother had some issues. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to take nothing from the brother that had, but you understand we got a lot of issues out here. And this is the brother probably needed help.
Yeah.
Didn't get it and ended up unalive on his own right. You understand what I'm saying? So we gotta be mindful. We have to understand that we have to look out for each other. Nobody.
I've seen him.
Yeah, man, but this is a lot of things going on out here. I seen a thing on TV today. It was sister anyway. Passed away. She had I understand what I'm saying. And the lady was on there asking, what do you think the problem is? It's not
What about that?
midwives. Oh, you understand what I'm saying? It's the society that we live in. It's all of these things that they do. Understanding medications and things like that. So she went to and her kids. And understand what I'm saying? And ended up passing away. You understand what I'm saying? And it was sad because she helped another have her kid into this world. You understand? Help. You understand? And didn't have any kind of issue. So us as the people, we gotta listen. I know it's cliche, but we are all we got. Understand? Russ is not taking care of us. Of course, we see these Asians, these Arabs, none of these people are helping us out. None of these Ukrainians, all these people that they put in billions of dollars aside for. Listen, you see what's going on right here in this building. Brother, I believe you. I said, brother, I apologize. But they get funding. You understand? And just by how it looks and how things come out, I believe they did get funding. You understand? They're doing all kinds of stuff. You understand? We don't get that kind of help. We have to help each other. Understand? And the first thing, the first way that we help each other is by showing brotherhood. Brotherhood is the root to righteousness. You understand? Getting up in this UPK is where true brotherhood is.
And that sisterhood is embodies that.
Right.
I think it's just brother, sister. You're supposed to be sisterly too. Right. Let's fight your demons. That's what it's like. Brother, come together and righteousness. Right. We're gonna get into the first article. What under the world? I'm kind of what under the world, and I was looking at how this. How the hell do you even hold this position, Robert F. Kennedy? What's this? Let me get this. See. No. The drug addict.
So what?
He's the so-called House Secretary. Robert F. Kennedy, known drug addict, known conspiracy theorist.
Right.
You're the secretary, and you're one of the country off of YouTube videos you seen in 2009. Yeah, out of your goddamn mind. And I have them. mean, come on, bro. How do you want to be Secretary of Health or Health Secretary and you're against medicine?
Hey,
Going against that heroin though.
look who the president is.
Come on.
You understand? What is he, a game show host?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A failed businessman, real estate businessman.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Now listen, if it wasn't for all the shakiness and connivingness of the government, he would have been broke a long time. You understand what I'm saying? But because we have children running the United States, excuse me, running the divided states. You understand?
Well, because he's like a damn top. Look at my toy,
Right.
Look at my military. Look at me. Oh, I mean, I ain't seen a president this much in the media than Donald Trump. You got.
And you know what? I believe you're right? Because he even beat out Obama. Remember, and Obama was Hillary's so-called first black president.
You know, Hillary,
I'm talking about. You said he been on TV more than anyone, but he beat out Obama. Remember, Obama just was supposed to be the first black president, but he surpassed Obama. Period. You understand what I'm saying? And for all of his record, and then to watch people clean up his record and make sense of all of the nonsensical decisions that he made. You understand what I'm saying? He makes decisions going by how he feels in his heart. You understand what I'm saying? He makes decisions like a woman. You understand? He's so emotional. He's not rational. You understand? Exactly. He talks like it. Yeah.
he be saying stuff he ain't supposed to say.
Right. He said,
See, look at his the people that sitting around us. What's his name? I forget the name. But he was at the meeting with you got to put he was at the meeting with the oil representative.
right.
And the dude said Trump the note.
Right.
He takes the note and then reads the note out loud. And the note said, go back to Exxon or something like that. How supposed to be a private. Hey, listen, this was get back. Exactly. You should have seen it. I got.
Well, listen, think about this too, right? His mother said this decades ago. If he was to ever run the country, he would destroy.
Perfect candidate.
Listen, your mama know you best. You understand what I'm saying? Your mama know you best. But listen, after so many years, you got to think these a lot of people think just like you. Because a lot of people are okay with it. But a lot of people are profiting off of what he does. You understand? And that's the reason why they stand it with. And to be real, this American government is so corrupt. Everybody who is in any kind of position of power is getting free money. You understand? They getting money. You understand that we can't we can't understand why they are forcing so many tariffs on all of these countries, understanding that tariffs only fall back on the people who have to get those products and bring those products into America and then have to raise the price on those products that affect us. But if you in a senator or you're a congressman or something like that, and you get under the table money, you care less about what's happening now. They're supposed to work for you. They got you working for them. They say, forget what you say. I'm going to do what I think is best for you. It's not what y'all voted for. It's happening. You understand? We all in the same quagmire. We all in the same cesspool. You understand?
Sent it to me. You sent it to the Facebook.
This is, yeah. We gonna do this first article. We got a lot to talk about this evening. That's very important. Make sure you can see this. So everybody. And again, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. We're gonna get some more on this.
Hey, man, listen, you know that Colombia has already deployed troops on their border, Venezuela.
Hey, listen, we're gonna get it.
Oh, okay. I'm just making small talk. But yeah, that's something heavy right there. Yeah, definitely. And because Trump did make a promise to Colombia, Mexico, what's the other one? And Cuba.
And Greenland.
And Greenland. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing about it is he put a lot of people on point. Then what he did to Venezuela makes people perk up and say, hold up. If he real about it, he really truly believed in what he talking about. You need to ready up. You understand? And a lot of countries are readying up. And you know a lot of those European Union countries are against that Greenland.
No, for sure. Listen, he talking to the media, like he talking to his staff. I think everybody cool with his thoughts about his plans and his, going forward. He's a president that doesn't know how to be discreet. He's a president that has to be in the limelight, gotta talk, spilling secrets, spilling plans. Not a real head of state. We want to get into this article. Let's be able to see the headline. What you got on your end?
It says U.S. cuts broad recommendations for 4 childhood vaccines, including flu.
What?
Including the flu. U.S. drops childhood vaccine recommendations for the flu. What's that? Rotavirus, meningococcal, hepatitis A. The CDC advises parents to consult healthcare providers on the 4 vaccines. Health officials say all vaccines previously on schedule will be covered by insurance. Revised schedule is issued without consulting CDC independent vaccine expert panel. Wait, no.
This was under the direction of Robert F. Kennedy, Secretary of Health. This dude is a goddamn person, and is working his department off of YouTube video of non-professionals, not actual doctors, but conspiracy. And he's in charge of health. Do not follow this right now when it comes to this to these vaccines. You got a baby, you got a young child, you better get those goddamn vaccines. That's important. You want to save your child life? Up in here. Now, let me run this. Let me explain something to you. You are ordered to get them vaccines. The scriptures say, paraphrasing, you are to honor the physician. Robert F. Kennedy is a drug addict, and he is not a physician. He's a conspiracy theorist that is going to get a lot of people sick and a lot of people unalive. Read on.
It says the United States ended on Monday its long-standing guidance that all children receive vaccines against flu and 3 other diseases. A sweeping change that advanced one of Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s long-term goals. public health experts warn the latest rollback could lead to preventable hospitalization and death.
Listen, the vaccines are there to prevent hospitalization and to be unalive. And you're saying take it out of the recommendation. Secretary of Health, McConnell,
Yeah. There you go.
and he wants to get this out of the mandate vaccine. That's enough. You're a psychopath. Go ahead.
It says the action which removes the recommendation for retrovirus, influenza, meningitis disease, and hepatitis A, and states that parents should consult healthcare providers under what it calls shared clinical decision making, was approved by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Acting Director Jim O'Neill, without the agency's usual outside expert review. They took no review from anybody like they usually do.
That doesn't sound so democratic, does it? They just doing whatever the hell they want, especially Donald Trump. Bomb over here, bomb not here, bomb not here. We was getting ISIS. So bomb Venezuela, we was getting a drug trafficking. Meanwhile, we just, all I hear is oil this, oil that. I ain't hear him say nothing about drugs in the last week.
Right.
And hold on, anybody hear Donald Trump? Did they get a drug boat, a drug speedboat in the last week or two?
Listen, they dropped all of that now because what they really was concerned about, now they got in their hands. You understand?
Go look, let's get some more.
It says it's advanced Kennedy's campaign to pare back childhood vaccination. Last month, President Donald Trump urged the U.S. to align with other developed nations by reducing the number of shots for children.
Look, it was against the what was the vaccine pandemic the COVID vaccine. Now they're going after your children. These vaccines prevent death, hospitalization. Do not listen to Robert F. Kennedy. He's a goddamn idiot. You don't have more
Come on. Let's see. Kennedy, a prominent vaccine critic, has previously led efforts to drop universal recommendations for COVID-19 and hepatitis B shot for children.
Innocent Secretary of Health. Why are you criticizing medicine?
Right.
I mean, that makes no sense. Is there an alternative for the vaccine? Is there new studies to get better vaccines? You don't want nobody to take no vaccine. You want everybody on weed gummies and heroin. That's what they want. You want everybody on weed gummies, weed brownies, and heroin. Go ahead.
Citing links to autism that scientists have repeatedly debunked.
Listen, medical experts, mathematicians, scientists said you're wrong. He's a conspiracy theorist over health. Come on, man.
Vaccine experts describe the changes they said put American children at risk.
You're putting American children at risk. Well, listen, here's one of the problems. That one went under the radar.
Right.
They're not, some of these vaccines ain't going to be a mandatory thing, more of a recommended. So make sure if you have a new, or if you got a young child, make sure they're getting all those vaccines if you care about your child. Do not be a drug addict like Robert F. Kennedy. Do not be an idiot and a conspiracy theorist like Robert F. Kennedy that's going to leave your child unalive. And we get so many calls out about, oh, should I get this blood transfusion? Should I be this? Yes. It's sad that we gotta teach them. You know why? Because there's a white man out there like Robert F. Kennedy telling you not to go to the doctor. America's medical history isn't so pleasant. But you are ordered to go to the doctor. You are ordered to get their blood transfused. You are ordered to get them vaccines. You are ordered to live here in the Israelite school in UPK.
Right.
Everybody understand? Everybody understand what I just said, right?
Come
on. Okay. Listen, call in if you medicine. I'm sure I'm off.
Hey, look, we got another article right here, right? It says Colombian President Petro says forces have been deployed to the border with Venezuela following U.S. strike. Colombian President Gustavo Petro said his government has deployed public forces at the border with Venezuela following the U.S. operation in the country that ended with the capture of a third authoritarian President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, Cecilia Flores.
They ramped them up.
Yeah, exactly.
They ramped them up. Like, we think it's a small thing that's happening. But we talking about the third world. We talking about the third world. Don't take it lightly. And listen, this is for our liberation.
Right.
In
social media publications, Petro also said that Colombia deployed assistance forces in case of massive refugee influx. The Colombian government rejects this act of aggression to Venezuelan and Latin American countries. Internal conflicts among people are solved by those people in peace. This is the principle of self-determination of the people that is the base of the UN system.
Okay.
Petro said in another message of the Post.
Ramping up. Colombia, Cuba, all these nations now. Things going down in Iran, UK ready to defend. Yeah. So what we gotta recognize and understand, all that allyship got to go out the window.
Right.
All that allyship and that's the NATO territory, this, NATO that, and it's a bunch of trash. It's a bunch of trash. It's going out the window. Everybody needs to get dragged into the fight. Trying going into these other countries, trying to like, oh, we can do that now. Trying like we can do that now. Nobody budget. All right, good. We'll get that off. You know what I mean?
Well,
no, it's just fair game now, right? These and what we don't recognize, just like the commander said, they don't follow their own rules. So-called rules, international rules, or rules in general, and laws, was to keep us in. But these goddamn heathen are gangsters, criminals. They don't follow rules. They give them. Go ahead. It's like they're like it's like the goddamn mafia. They got all these street rules. All of them cats in the mafia is locked up. They locked each other up. They killed and locked each other up. What do you think is going to happen on the grand scale? Among thieves, right?
Go on.
They're a bunch of criminals.
Listen, we sloppy, if I may say.
Please.
We always call the Somalians the pirates of the sea. America showed you truly who the pirates of the seas are. 7 seas. You understand? Taking oil tanker after oil tanker. They don't even care. You know, just blowing up fishing boats. You understand? And then saying that they were drug boats. None of it has been proved. You understand? They didn't bring one stitch of evidence.
Nobody's been in court. No evidence bag. No. Nothing. Come on.
Let me get a little bit more. It says, I invite the Venezuelan people to find an act of civil dialogue and unity. There is no nation without sorrow. But peace is the path, and dialogue between the people is fundamental and national unity. You understand? Together, man. Listen, so-called Black Hispanic natives, we got to stand together. Stand. We calling for peace amongst the Venezuelan people because America has the Venezuelan people torn in half. And from what they're talking about, really what they're talking about, it's only a very few people who went against Maduro in Venezuela. But that's any nation. All nations have people that don't like the way that they rule. You understand what I'm saying? But the way America's putting it is where it's most of Venezuela, and that's not the truth. Of course, America's not ever the truth. I'm saying,
Sure. Let's get that Atlanta story. So I'm going to here. Put this on the screen. So I can put this off. We can take after that, gonna get this. Want me to see what you?
come.
Let's see.
Check this out. Chat. Hey, listen, make sure y'all hit that like. Give me a fire emoji in the chat. Again. I had the same problem. In the chat. This is good.
This is
Correct. Comment section and work this up. That was left.
Right here.
To the left. Yeah, right. Sometimes the one fault you hit that one too. That helps it. Good.
I think.
The death from Iran protests reached more than 500. Right group said.
And it's a turn. What they call it. Go ahead.
U.S.-based group said 490 protesters, 48 security personnel dead. Trump again threatens U.S. intervention to help protest.
But now, when the hell they even gave a damn about protest? They trying to interject when they the goddamn. I have a problem with coming in the jet.
Right.
He didn't cut the oil off. He didn't cut any trade off with Venezuela. They trying to put boots on the ground. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It sounds like they trying to put boots on the ground.
I think Iran getting tired.
Come on.
You understand? Listen to
We're
this.
gonna put boots on the ground. Let's go. Let's rock, huh? It's that time. The scripture say, although with terror, it does not delay. We at the very end here. We're gonna pull that scripture. We're gonna get made in a second.
Listen, it says Iran warns U.S. against miscalculation, threatens retaliation. They saying, listen, if you get it wrong and you make the wrong move, we definitely gonna retaliate. Now, you know that Russia dropped that arrest on Ukraine, right? Again. They dropped that arrest, and you don't hear America saying nothing about that. They actually thought that Russia wasn't going to respond to what they did to Russia. You understand? You hitting those oil tankers. They said, we're going to give you a demonstration. Right. And they put the demonstration.
It was supposed to.
No,
The attack
the
that
attack that they did on
Ukraine did. They got attacked.
Yeah.
This is a retaliation.
this is the retaliation of that. And they said they responded in the way that they did because they were sending a message to Ukraine. They were mainly sending a message to the European Union and America, saying, look what we can do. Can you stop that? Listen, they said, listen, this is the term.
Don't believe propaganda.
Right.
Russia is going fine.
Right.
Go ahead. I mean,
But this is what's crazy. They said Russia called the United Nations and the European Union, America and the European Union, and told them we are going to respond and when they was going to respond. And there was nothing that the European Union or America could do to stop that aggression. At 1,600 kilometers an hour, Ukraine is only a hop, skip, and a jump. It's in Russia,
right.
but away from the Russian capital. Listen, they said it only took 15 minutes for it to hit. 15 minutes.
Look, real quick, we move on. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got in the chat. I seen Officer Bernard, Officer Alexander. So young man Keith in there. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you hit that like. Who else we got in there?
Zarma.
Zarma.
What's up, everybody?
Thea Jackson.
Shalom, Thea Jackson. Shalom. Nazama. We're going also my boy down in Louisiana. Shalom Bakar, awesome Bakar. Shalom to everybody there in the chat. I miss you a lot. We got a new comment down on the bottom.
No, that was because
We'll get some more of the story.
Listen, it says Israeli sources said Israel on high alert for U.S. intervention. You know, the U.S. and Israel go hand in hand. Listen, a lot of people are starting to wonder who's the proxy and who's the handler.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Who's the proxy and who's the handler? It's a lot of history that goes into what's going on right now with Israel and the United States. But right here, this Russia thing, all of this stuff is connected in a specific way. You understand? These wars and these things that are breaking out are not just by happenstance. You understand? All of this stuff is happening for a particular reason. And it's happening on purpose. It's not just, oh, some things happen. Even these protests in Iran, it's just not by happenstance that stuff is happening the way it's happening. And China having some protests over there too. You understand? But stay with us. You understand? Oh, Dubai.
No, at the end of
Yeah. Okay. According to the latest figures from activists outside Iran, U.S.-based group H-Rana said it had verified the death of 490 protesters and 448 security personnel, with more than 10,600 people arrested in 2 weeks of unrest. Iran has not given an official toll, and Reuters was unable to independently verify the attack. Okay, so
turmoil all across the face of the earth. Right. You know what I'm saying? Unrest everywhere. International tension, local tension, civil, political.
Right.
This is the perfect word for all our war. Right. This is the perfect, what's the word I'm looking for?
Perfect storm.
Damn, that's the perfect. This is the perfect storm for all our war. We are headed, we are in just the beginning, just the spearhead of all our World War III. Right. Saudi Arabia, tensions with Saudi Arabia will rise, regardless of your relationship with America. We told you that tensions was going to rise with Russia since '69. He said, no, they made treaties. We made treaties. We came together. There'll never be a world war again.
Right.
That ain't what's in the book. The book says something else was done. And what's written in that book is coming out. What's written in that book is coming out. Listen, we're going to get to Minnesota too. We're going to drop that there. Get just a little bit more, then we're going to go to commercial break. But this is important to understand before we go there. There is no legislation that's going to be passed.
Right.
That's going to stop this war from happening. There's no transition of power. We're going to remove Donald Trump and we're going to have world peace. It's too late. White people, they don't know. I'm picking it inside. You're a good white man, right? He's one of the good whites, right? Mm-hmm. Listen, black man, don't get fooled. They want to choose themselves real quick. You think you down there marching and parading and with your signs? They gonna turn against you. They gonna blame the. We gonna listen. I'm gonna save that. Let's get a little bit more of this article, and then we're gonna go to commercial break. Stay with us. Make sure y'all hit that. Make sure y'all hit that like. Drop me a fire emoji in the chat. We're gonna get a little bit more on the story. Bring it up some more. We're gonna hit a commercial break. We're gonna come back to that.
Hey, listen. It says Trump was to meet with senior advisors on Tuesday to discuss options for Iran. A U.S. official told Reuters on Sunday. The Wall Street Journal had reported that options included military strikes using secret cyber weapons, widening sanctions, and providing online help to anti-government sources.
No, come on now.
They already said that they already blacked the web out over there, you know. Right? Yeah. You understand? But what those weapons are running on over there in Iran, and believe it or not, the Russians already got them originating over there in Iran. This is the reason why America is trying to be so cautious with Iran. They're not trying to be foolish like they did with Venezuela. I think that this Venezuela thing is over because it's far from over. But this thing with Iran, because they already know the power that Iran has over there already. They already got their supersonic missile plus they got the Russian rationing over there too. Russia displayed that in Ukraine, and now the United States is scaling back now. You understand what I'm saying?
What China just posting about the nuclear arsenal?
Yeah.
Yeah, a ship or a plane that can hold, I think it's, let me see, either 60 nuclear warheads.
Right.
And they have a hydrogen bomb. I'm just saying, now everybody, they're gearing up.
Listen, that hydrogen
and showing face.
Joke. Listen, they created a hydrogen bomb back in the 50s. Just imagine now in 2026 what a hydrogen bomb is like now. Understand that the advancement that they have now, this is going to be ugly. But this is going to be ugly for our thing to ride. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be a good ugly. And
listen, we're going to go hit a quick commercial break. Stick with us. We got some heavy news coming to you right after these messages.
What you doing?
Watch your documentary about ISIS.
Okay. Guess what?
What?
I got a package yesterday.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Yes, I cannot wait to Passover. Let me show you what I got. I got my Passover dress. I got two actually. It's gonna be one is red and then one is brown. And it's got fringes on it already and it's nice and shimmery. And then I got these pants, they like oversized, and it's got the like a little lining on it. Are you listening?
Yeah.
It's got the lines on it. Look. Cute, right? So, and then I got like a jumper. It's like big at the bottom, and then it's like spaghetti strap. But I also got a shirt to go under it. It's white. Cannot wait. The only thing that I do have to get though is the shoes to match it. And hey, you see that?
Yeah, but see, you gotta understand, look, America created ISIS, and now they're using them as a reason to go back into the land and take whatever resources, or do whatever evil crap America does. They all devils. God damn it.
Who are you?
I'm your righteous conscience.
So why you look like me?
I'm his righteous conscience. But because he's your head, I'm also your righteous conscience.
Okay.
It's nice that you ordering all of these things, but did you pay your Passover fee?
And broadcast that on YouTube.
Baby, you got a Passover fee.
Nah, not yet.
It's the walk. I got us.
The what?
No sweat. Got it.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer I leave.
We're back live and doing the EPK. Now, you can't escape it now because they didn't drop one of their own, huh? They didn't drop one of their own, huh? So they looking at us like we gotta fight for them. Man. You know what I'm saying? They mad at black folk they tap dance for Renee.
Right, how about that? Tell about that. But this stuff is all over the news all day, every day. And Black people gotta sit and y'all gotta think about this, right? Y'all gotta think about when we lose ours, they make up all of the excuses of why we got unalive. It's no debate. You understand? No debate. This is the reason why it happened. You understand? If he wasn't so criminal, you understand? They always want to pull up. Yo, I've seen them pull up somebody's background from elementary. You understand? From junior high school, the things that they did in high school. You understand? We talking about full-grown adults. You got to go back to degrade them. You got to go all the way back to high school, junior high. No, we not crying. You understand? We mourn for our own. Understand? Every beast loveth his life, and those beasts love their people. Let them love their people. We love ours. Okay? Yes, sir.
We're gonna pull a couple articles. Minnesota was going on. They trying to shoot Trump. This came up, pretending breaking news. No? Listen, breaking news anytime it feels like breaking here on One West News. We got breaking news here. Minnesota, Illinois. I'm gonna get that, send that to you, Tom. I'm sending it to you right now.
Hey, yo. Hey, now. Shit. Minnesota, Illinois sued Trump administration to block immigration surge. Tensions rise after fatal shooting by federal officer in Minnesota. Minnesota lawsuit challenges federal immigration enforcement surge. Illinois filed similar lawsuit asking court to halt certain operations. Trump administration says it is enforcing the law after Minnesota failed to.
America is falling in on stuff. It's falling in on stuff. But eventually, they're going to start looking at you again. You're going to be the enemy.
Right.
First of all, you already the enemy. This is just white on white crime on full display. On full display right now.
Right.
So listen, them two sides, they're going to come together against you. But every man is going to come back to their own. They're going to come back to their own race. They're going to side with their own people, regardless of their political affiliation. Regardless of who they voted for, my son.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
That's cool.
Said Minnesota officials sue to block Trump's immigration crackdown as enforcement intensified. State officials are suing the Trump administration over the widespread immigration operations taking place across the Minneapolis region. The lawsuit filed Monday in the U.S. District Court for the District of Minnesota comes days after an immigration and customs enforcement agent fatally shot 37-year-old Renee Macklin Good in her car as she blocked the road. State Attorney General Keith Ellison said in a press conference that federal agents during the surge have arrested peaceful bystanders, detained U.S. citizens, and fired chemical irritants at demonstrators and others exercising their First Amendment rights, including outside the local high school. The lawsuit calls on the Trump administration to end its immigration crackdown in the state.
Let me ask you this, Donald Trump. Anybody going to come to America, get the protesters and shit? Like you want to do with Iran?
Right.
How does that? That don't sound too not too appeasing, right? Any more on that? But these clashes, man, listen, these clashes and what's going on, and when it's a tragic thing, right? It's a tragic thing. This is what you gotta recognize and understand. There's no legislation, there's no additional training. You put a firearm in a so-called white man's hand. He has a lust for blood that is unwavering. Y'all saw the picture of that devil? I'm like, how did they get him up there? You know he's a goddamn maniac. You know he's an alcoholic. You know he's abusive. You know he got a lust for power. These are these white men that they gave guns to. You know he's a racist. They can't wait to put that bulletproof vest on. Put they back and say, okay. put their magazine in. They go to sound, clap, clap. We gonna go get rabbis and teenagers and hard working brothers in front of the Home Depot that's trying to make $1. You're a goddamn coward and a maniac that wants to kill people. This is why they don't even follow their own goddamn rule. America is falling in on itself. Why? Their own domestic terrorism issue. I mean, on domestic terrorism issue on both fronts. Right. You got this Renee, they call her domestic terrorist. The lady that got shot on January 6th, they call her a domestic terrorist. I mean, they both saying the same thing. Why? They're the same people.
Oh, good.
Don't get confused. I'm a Republican and I'm America first. I'm what's the word? Stand up American. It's another word I'm looking for. Patriotic. I'm a patriot. America first. You got the other side of the I'm for all, and LGBT, and we got to fight power, fight against the Republicans. All of y'all racist. First of all, they act like we didn't get killed. First of all, they act like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're killing America. This was y'all wake up call now? Now they calling for us to protest along. They should listen, man. They fake woke. First of all, they fake woke. This is gonna blow over. It's a popular thing to be against ICE and to be against Trump. They don't like Trump. Trump is bad for America. What the hell were you talking about when Biden was here? They was giving weapons to Israel.
Right.
And they was bombing the hell out of them. They remember all eyes on Gaza? That's gone. Ain't no Gaza to put eyes on. I'm just saying. This is their nature.
You know what I want?
Don't get confused. Come on. There we go.
Bad.
You know that she was LGBTQ, right? Did you see her girlfriend before everything happened? Go get some lunch, brother. Go get some lunch. You know what I mean? And then back. Oh, seen her running down.
No, this is
what we should.
LGBT, I can't say that. The alphabet community, one thing. I hear nothing about Back to Blue. I hear them. I hear All Out Medical. Everybody been silent. Go ahead, McCall.
Listen, man. Please. Just like you said, though, where's LGBTQ at now? They always stepping up for everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was their home.
Mm-hmm.
That goes to show you that how they really feel about each other. You understand what I'm saying? There's no love with them. A beast. You understand? A beast could care less when another beast dies. They move on. And that's what those people do. But they want us to include, and they want us to tap dance and sing for them. Understand? It's not happening. It's not happening. We need to stand back on the sidelines and we need to watch what's happening. We need to watch all of this stuff unfold. We need to watch them destroy themselves. That's the way it's all playing. Understand? They step into that valley of Jehoshaphat. They close to that.
Mm-hmm.
They close to that.
You understand? Don't be scared. I don't want the world to end. You really don't. Wars. Now, you might think we some villains or something. Like every villain in the movies won a nuclear war. That's us. Damn it. And we is not this world is a goddamn reset. And this reset is going to come with a new government from the Lord. Okay, my friend. So no, you good with it.
I used to be in church. You singing and praying that it don't be no wars and stuff like that. You know, sister in church. Be that sister in church. You know, sister here. We waiting for this war.
That's right.
We want this empire to fall. Listen, the empire. This is how you know the empire is falling. Just by them I've never, in all of my years, I've never seen America hijack. Never seen them come in with helicopters and everything and take over oil.
Well, at least now on public display.
Now on public display. And they start doing stuff out, because listen, everything's being done out in front now, ain't nothing being hidden. They already let us know how they feel about it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the reason why we should step back from it. Let them destroy them. You understand? Because just like we was talking about that community, that all-white community, 140 acres that they built in, right? Why would you want to go live there? Because if you let them go in and cluster by themselves, they gonna kill each other off anyway. There's no such thing as a great all-white community. Things just fall apart. They need us to be there to sustain them. They need us to be there. All of that anger, that evilness that they got in them, they need us around to exert that energy. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why we need to be away from it. Same idea, sir.
That time is coming. This, you want to close on that? Or you want to move?
So, it's up to you.
But we got to recognize and understand that this is, last day. Yes,
That's right. Because I just feel like it's real weird because like Trump is like the poster child for, illegal immigrants and, having just Americans here. But this dude, he importing prisoners. He doing the opposite of, deporting. He importing a man and his wife.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then put him in jail and give him a bail.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it just, Trump, he's something weird to watch, man.
When have you ever heard of a narco-terrorist being given bail?
Exactly.
But that should let you know, America's intention. America's intentions is a bunch of propaganda.
Yeah.
And that's what they feed us, a bunch of propaganda.
Yeah.
You got a narco-terrorist, not dealer, but a narcotics terrorist. You will give him. You will give him. Listen, Maduro was taking pictures, smiling, waving, peace up sign and all that. You understand? Now, the thing that the evilness that came out of that Venezuela thing, and this everybody needs to look into this, right? They went in and got Maduro and unalived all 30 of the security guards. All 30 of the security guards just happened to be people that America hates. Cubans protected Chavez and Maduro because they felt like Cubans had the same animosity toward America as as the Venezuelans. You understand what I'm saying? He felt like he could trust them because they know the evilness of America. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they knew the evilness of America. That's why Chavez took those Cubans and used them as security. He could trust them. He knew that. Think about what's that Machado, the evil broad that they tried to put into office after they hijacked him, but the people wouldn't let her come in. They already hated her already anyway. You understand what I'm saying? She could be turned, but the Cubans understand who America is, and they understood that those Cubans couldn't be turned. So what happened to them? They got unalived. And the thing about it is, if they unalived all 30 of them and none of them got hurt, they persuaded them to put their arms down and then unalive. That's not true. That's just something that I'm thinking in my mind, because how do you unalive 30 armed Cubans that's been protecting that nation for years? You unalive all 30 of them and none of y'all get them. You understand? That's not I'm not throwing a conspiracy theory out there, but when you look at the way it happened, they came in and bombed residents. They didn't bomb military bases. but they bombed residents.
They don't have any campaign in the life. Listen, first of all, it was illegal. Donald Trump is a yeah, this is what you got to recognize. Regardless of all the political hoopla, Donald Trump is a criminal. First of all.
Right.
Before he was got in, was after he got in, he was 31 counts felony charges. Right. Then you got this goddamn fight. He's a sexual predator of children.
Right.
He took children and assaulted them and did horrible acts to them.
Yeah.
This is your president that you fight for. You armed up and got your vest on, and he's a goddamn PDF. You're fighting for a PDF.
Chomo.
Come on, look, we're gonna get we gonna get one more article, and then we're gonna get into this class.
Yeah, Chomo.
We're gonna get one more article, and then we're gonna get this class. I sent it to you. I got sent it to you.
Reuters.
No, I'm
This is a BBC article. Former Fed chairs condemn criminal investigation into Jerome Powell. 3 former heads of the United States Central Bank on Monday strongly criticized a criminal investigation into Chairman Jerome Powell, describing it as a bid to undermine the Federal Reserve independence.
Donald Trump, he just go after anybody. You don't do what I say, now you gotta go to jail. Oh man, that's all it is. He want to use the Federal Reserve to extort America. To extort Americans and put the interest rate so high for gain. Not because this is where the rate should be, and off of the analytics and the market, he just jacking it up. Go ahead.
In a statement, Janet Yellen, Ben Bernanke, and Alan Greenspan, along with 10 other eminent former officials, rallied behind Powell. This is how monetary policy is made in emerging markets with weak institutions, with highly negative consequences for inflation and the functioning of their economics more broadly, the former officials wrote. It has no place in the United States whose greatest strength is the rule of the law. And that's hard for them to say that the United States has the rule of the law, when the United States does not live by any law. You understand that even international law, the United States is oblivious to international law. It doesn't compute with the United States. They don't live by anything. They're outside the law. That's how they look at it. It says, which is the foundation of our economic success, they added. Listen, the foundation of the economic success is to make laws to ban other countries, but to allow yourself to run free. Now, when we looked at all of these, we also talked about it. And this is the reason why the United States created the United Nations, so that they could take control and have free reign over all of the other nations. You understand? And now it's materializing, and a lot of the nations are seeing the United States for what they really are. Okay. Says the move by the Department of Justice comes after a year of relentless attack on Powell by the U.S. President Donald Trump, as well as criticizing Powell's decision on interest rate. Trump has launched personal attacks, calling the Fed chair a major loser and a numbskull.
He wants his input on them interest rates for monetary gain. Going against the what I just mentioned, he went, yes. Going against the economic norm, not understanding how it's going to impact them.
And that's the way Donald Trump thinks, right? Donald Trump doesn't understand how policies affect countries. He doesn't understand how these laws and these interest rates and the things that they use to make America go. He doesn't understand how the balance of them makes America seem stable, but America's not stable at all. You understand what I'm saying? And what he's trying to do, just like what Kat said earlier, he's trying to move check pieces on the board to entertain himself and his rich friend. You understand? Think about this.
Look at me, look at my interest, but look at how good I'm in America. Right now, good.
I mean, just take for instance, right? Look at Elon Musk. What kind of scientific collegiate intelligence does he have? How did he get to be making spacecraft? How did he get to be the greatest scientist now in space travel? How is he doing what he? Because it doesn't take anything but money from America. If you got money, you get to anywhere that you want to get when you living in America. That's the reason why we run for any kind of office. They tell you got to have a war chest. You understand what I'm saying? They want to see how much money you can get and you can bring into the car. How much money can you get from lobbyists? How much money can you use and get from lobbyists? And that's why, think about this. What government allows lobbyists in to lobby congressmen and senators into voting a particular way? The United States government is illegal from the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? Everything that they do is totally illegal. You understand? But we look at it as normal. We look at being able to be lobbied by people, by gun companies, by defense agencies, you understand? By abortion clinics. We look at this stuff as normal. Those are who the lobbyists are lobbying for. You understand what I'm saying? They lobbying for gun companies. You understand? They lobbying for vaccines. You understand? They lobbying for everything that makes an investor even richer. It's all about the investors. It has nothing to do with United States citizens. It has nothing to do with black people. It's all about investors. I get it. Okay, I got it. Right. It says the central bank lowered the target for its key leading rate 3 times in the second half of 2025, putting it in range of 3.5% to 3.75%, its lowest level in 3 years. But the Trump has repeatedly said that the central bank has not cut interest rates sharply as he would like.
Donald Trump, he got his hand in every little place. Can't let nobody do his job.
Right.
He got to fire everybody. Put his yes men in. And then after he put his yes men in, he uses the Department of Justice to go lock everybody up that worked for Biden or came up against him. He's a gangster, huh? And I don't know, we got to remember to keep calling him what he is. Once he got that PDF. Don't do not let off of that. They got little agents putting their life on the line for a predator. A predator. A predator. That's what Donald Trump is. This is the One West News. We're going to be bringing you news every Monday night, 6 p.m. until with ISUPK. I've been commanding and I've been teaching the streets since '69. The so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians artifacts is confused, and our oppressor is the devil that provides peace. That's it. That's wrong.